Off to new adventures. Alright. This looks like a puzzle now. There's a cogwheel, it goes somewhere. Strange encryptions. Let's first read the journal page. I know you love that so much.
More letters. Has he figured it out yet?
I see now that my suspicions have been well grounded, albeit aimed in the wrong direction. Belladonna is not seeing another man. She's seeing a woman. I am convinced that it must be that maid. Claire, or whatever her name might be. She and Belladonna are up to something, I'm sure of it. And to think of all the hours I'm stuck down here, caught up in my dreadful work, leaving them free to roam and left to their own devices upstairs. Of course they have found each other. Only living things in this whole castle besides me and my week-long rabbits. Rabbits?
Oh, cute little rabbits. Me, 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 me.
They have it all figured out. When I come up at night, they have it all figured out. When I come up at night, they act all innocent, keeping their mutual secret from me as a playful game. But as soon as I descend into the lab, they are in each other's arms again. Well, what can I do? The progression of events are beyond my control, just like my work. I slave away in my ghoulish endeavor, making progress every hour, but never getting anywhere, and simultaneously Belladonna is slipping away from me, further and further for every night, and yet nothing ever changes. Should I confront them? Storm up there hoping to catch the two in the act? Take back the life that was mine, the wife that was mine? No. I have no reason for my silly suspicion, no evidence whatsoever. Merely a thought stuck in my brain, refusing to leave. There's something on my screen blocking that word. So I remain passive as always, and each new day is one more where I am unable to make an action. Unable to change my wretched situation. Alright. So we got that now out of the way. Let's see what you have to say about the exit.
Strange door. No handle or keyhole. It seems to have some sort of opening mechanism. Oh, I know. It's a secret entrance hidden behind a bookshelf. Only I'm on the other side of it and see only the back of the shelf.
Oh, I wouldn't even have thought of that, but yeah, that makes sense. I take the cogwheel.
A couple of cogwheels on the floor. They must have fallen off the mechanism when the door slammed shut. I wonder if I can put them back.
Ah, I was wondering where I put them, but then I noticed that they have different things attached to them, so... Strange inscriptions. Let's see.
There are some minuscule inscriptions on the wall here.
Alright, so there's one means that, yeah, this thing. That goes there, and then that, and that. Yeah, that's easy. Alright. There we go.
Not yet.
What? Oh yeah, that's the order to put them in. There we go. And then the small cogwheel. There we go. And valve. Exit. Alright. Now we have arrived into a living room, fireplace room. It's a dining room. Maybe. I have no idea actually what this room is. Rich people have so many fucking rooms. I could have no idea what this room is. This just could be the library room, or the pool house room, or dart throwing room. You just had the darts here and you throw it at the portrait. Very fun. Alright, there's another journal page here.
The doctor is losing it. He's just scribbling down nonsense by now. What will he do if he ever acts on his wild suspicions?
It is clear to me what I must do. I am now convinced beyond any reasonable doubt that my wife is unfaithful. They still hide it very well, her and that housemaid, but my logical mind tells me there is no other explanation. Could you even imagine what that other explanation could be? Certainly nothing to do with you. For countless hours I have pondered the situation, and the more I think about it, the more certain I have become that my judgment is correct. These countless hours are hours I could have spent thinking about my work. Ding, 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 ding. It is clear to me that I will never be able to fully concentrate on the puzzles at hand, as long as my thoughts keep creeping back to my wife and her new lover. This is the very reason that my research is progressing at such an agonizingly slow pace. Another hiccup. So it is clear to me what I must do. Belladonna herself is the person who I want back into my life, so I cannot punish her. That leaves her lover, the young maid. She is unimportant, and it is she that must go. I could fire her and throw her out of the household, but I fear this would not resolve anything. The two of them would still know of each other, and they could write secret, forbidden love letters or meet up at secluded rendezvous. No, it is clear to me what I must do. I must get rid of the maid for good. A plan is already taking form in my head. In the greenhouse out back, I keep a lot of plants and herbs. One of the specimens I have is called Deadly Nightshade. An interesting plant with many medical uses, but its renown comes from the fact that its extract is lethal already at small doses. Preparing a powder from this poisonous plant is not at all problematic. Getting the victim to ingest a dose will be a challenge. But I expect to have an ample opportunity. They are not aware I know the truth, and thus suspect nothing. The maid will fall ill, and within a short time she will die of seemingly natural causes. No one will be the wiser concerning the true circumstances of her demise unless they find this letter. Deadly Nightshade is merely the common name for this plant. Its scientific name is Satropa Belladonna. How convenient! The symmetry strikes me as beautiful. The poor girl strayed too close to the Belladonna, and that would be the death of her. Let me guess. Belladonna accidentally takes a poison, and that's why she dies. Alright. What else do we have here? That's the exit. We don't want to go there yet. Candlestick.
A big and heavy candlestick. It looks like there used to be two of them.
Oh.
It's a mortar. And a pestle, too. They seem to belong here, but I'll remember where they are in case I need them another time.
Yeah, we're gonna need them then.
It's warm. I haven't realized until now just how cold my body is.
Well, that's lovely. Now you cannot shake that feeling away anymore.
The label says Dr. Wolfram von Trauerschloss.
So
this
yeah,
is the man who brings the dead back to life.
Yeah.
It looks as though he would have been handsome once.
Yeah, I just realized that he indeed is a German guy, so my accent maybe is not the best one for him. But what if I would just have a German accent? Yeah. You would not listen to that 1 second, so we will be continuing with the kind of a British accent on him.
This story is so sad. I don't even know if I want to read this one.
Yes, we will. My wife took the wayward maid's death harder than I had expected, further confirming my suspicion that they were indeed having a secretive love affair. Okay, I was wrong. She is passionate and irrational, raging all day and crying all night. where a few months ago the cold shroud of silence lay over our house, now there is the wailing shrieks of a bedlam. One should think that she would be used to dealing with the grief of lost loved ones by now. However, in all sincerity, I don't believe she was ever as affected by the death of her only son as I was. I also suspect that she might have guessed I had something to do with her lover's demise. If she wouldn't talk to me before, now she yells and barks at my every movement. I hardly leave my laboratory these days. I even have a small bed down here, where I sleep the few hours when I'm not working. All the while she prowls around upstairs like a hungry tiger, and attacks me over futile nitpicks as soon as I poke my head out. What happened to the love we shared when we married? We were going to live together in her inherited castle. We were going to have children together. Now all I get is abuse and a cold bed in the basement. All I want is for things to go back to the way they were before all of this. Alright, anything else in the room? Bowl?
A beautiful china bowl. It looks hand-painted.
Oh. Yeah, we didn't take this with us, but yeah, let's bring some Chinese.
The name on the plaque is Lucas von Trauerschloss.
Lucas von Trauerschloss.
From Sun.
Lucas von Trauerschloss, wa? Ja. Ja, ja. Ich habe eine Banane.
Dead body.
That is a little surprising. Gargoyles. Oh, those are more interesting to me.
Those are a lot of gargoyles. Leupold, Brunhilde, Arthur, Maya, Lena, Ismildor, Ether, and Yosef. In that order.
How did you know their names? Or did you just come up, okay, you're Schmidt, you're Arthur, you're Kevin McBacon, you are Leonard, you are Pinkie Pie, you are whatever you are, and yeah, she just came up with those names. Alright. Dead body, the elephant in the room.
It's the body of Dr. von Trauerschloss. He's dead. And what's more, he's been murdered. But who could have done this?
Yeah, that's a little surprising.
There must be some clues around.
Maybe he also did some experiments on the maid. And somehow it survived the experiments, and then she came and got revenge. Or it's just someone completely random. Could be
the
that.
Missing candlestick. And it seems to be the murder weapon.
Sherlock in the house.
The body is still warm.
So it was
He cannot
recent.
have been dead for much longer than I have been alive. Did he have to die for me to live?
No. Strange.
There's something in his pocket.
A key.
It's a small, delicate key.
Let's take it
He
then.
kept it in the pocket closest to his heart. I wonder what it unlocks.
Something close to his heart. Hey. Let's see if there's anything else until I... No. I thought something was in his ass, but no. Journal page.
There's a letter clutched in his hand. His final words? Or a clue left by the killer.
Over the course of a sleepless night, I have thought through my next course of action from every possible angle, for it is indeed time for me to take action again. Even with the troublesome maid out of the way, I see little chance of getting my old Belladonna back. If anything, she is worse now than ever before. But I have an idea, one that kept me awake all night. I have come very far in my research by now, and I can now fairly predictably create living creatures that are stable enough to not spontaneously die again. This is consistent through many different species of animal. I have noticed something peculiar though. The return creation seems strangely vacant and sluggish. It is as if, although the body is brought back to life, The soul is forever lost. The creation is perfectly functional and responds to stimuli just as if it was truly alive, but the mysterious spark of will seems to be missing. I know no other way to describe the phenomenon. This bothered me before, but now I cannot help to think that this might suit my needs. Isn't it precisely the strong will of my wife that is causing all my problems? Oh. There is no need to be poetic with flowers this time. I am in no short supply of lethal substances in the lab, and poison suits my needs well as it leaves no physical trauma on the body. I will still need to make incisions in the corpse to replace internal organs with clockwork parts. Oh, so that's what the thing in my head is. But stitching together surgical cuts is much simpler than trying to repair unhealed bodily damage. The integrity of her visage is priority. To extinguish Belladonna's current life and give her a new one, to bring her body and mind back, minus soul and free will. A beautiful, obedient automaton, a mechanical doll with all the functionality of a woman, but who is responsive and does what she is told. That, my dear future reader, would truly be something. I think it is high time I tried my reification process on a human subject.
Cuckoo, 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 cuckoo.
You'll be crazy, man. Effing crazy. There's a final page here. Let's read that.
This letter is signed Belladonna.
Oh.
I've been waiting to hear the other side of this story.
If you had asked me just a few years ago about my future, I could never have fathomed my life today would be as it is. So strange a power has the twists of fate set me upon that I wake every morning bewildered, and like a small child, I expect anything and everything to happen during each new day. The night my planned future snapped out of joint and took a whole new direction was the night when my son Lucas died. I married Dr. Wolfram von Trauerschloss in the spring, and we loved each other deeply back then. How young we were! He was an educated gentleman from the University of Ingolstadt, and I had first assumed we would get a flat in Vienna. Instead, he convinced me we should live in my family's old castle and accept our roles as old-fashioned nobility to the little village down the hill. We moved into this castle with a staff of 30 servants, beginning the task of breathing life and joy into the majestic halls. At this time I expected to live out my life as a lady of the household, minding the servants and indeed raising children. Before long our first son was born, and shortly after that he once again departed. I was devastated, of course, but Lucas had been sickly from his first day, and even though my husband had blocked out of the possibility from his mind, I was not entirely surprised when it happened. Nonetheless, it changed us. I believe Wolfram blames me for what happened, that he thinks it was somehow my fault. He retreated into his laboratory in the old dungeon and started doing unholy experiments and God knows what. Those were dark times. Instead of a household and a child to take care of, I now had no guests, practically no husband and no child. Everything I thought would occupy my time was gone, and all I could do was grieve in solitude. The castle staff left one by one, until there was only a handful still here. My existence was meaningless, and I spent my days doing nothing. But I dealt with my grief in my own way. and in the time the claws of melancholy began letting her cripple me.
Sorry, she turned into a demon there.
In so many ways, I have Clara to thank for that.
Oh, Clara is the sexy lesbian maid. Alright. So we have 2 doors to go through. Although I want to go and see the grandfather clock before we go. What is here?
It's an old clock. Tick tock, tick
Tock, tick tock, goes the clock, even for the doctor.
To the backyard, oh, we can even go there. Let's just go here to the living room. Huh? Yeah, it was a dining room. All right. To the living room.